So I wanted to do a quick video tour of this Chinook. As you can see, as you'll see, I've modified it quite a bit to fit with my lifestyle for full-time and on the road. There's a 5-gallon propane tank. It's mounted and hung below on a steel plate. Kind of hard to see in there. Out here is the 115 volt outlet. So there's one Trojan SC150 battery under the hood. There's another right here. We'll come around inside. So there's one cupboard on each side. Right here as you come in, this one has an extra storage compartment. There's a lot of storage down here below. It's what I used for dresser space with plastic bins. In here you see, so there's a little bed up above the cab, and that's where my 3-year-old daughter slept. The major modifications that I've done, so right here, this little short bench used to come, about to here. And I tore that out. All the electrical's down there, and we'll get into that in a minute. This big cupboard here is a lot of storage space. Right now I just have plastic drawer bins in there. And then one larger cupboard at the end. In here there's the catalytic heater. There's the shower and an outside shower as well that heats up in the sun. Just one of those little products that I won't be needing anymore. The propane stove works great. The sink right now is plumbed to go out the side, and you would need to put a bucket underneath. Over here there's some storage, little bins right there on the back of that cupboard. And then there's this long bench all down one side. So this is right about 6'4" 6'5", long enough that I can lay down comfortably. This bench right here, this little addition at the end, is what I added. Its framing is all built out of spare hardwood scrap that I had sitting around. As is this here, all of this cupboard. So this is all hardwood scrap pieces, small pieces, and you'll see some mix of cherry and oak. And then it's birchwood plywood veneer, or not veneer, but 3/8 inch cupboards. There's a cutout down there at the bottom for the heater to come out and the cupboard to still be able to close. Up front, you'll notice that there's no passenger seat, and so I didn't need one. That's where the generator, the porta potty, all those extras stored, and then I had a panel on top of all of that for my dog. Down here you can see the 115 volt setup. So there's an inverter that's hooked directly to the front battery. This is the power cord that comes out the side. There's the Power Max converter plugged into it. So let's open this up. There's the table that sits down in this ring in the floor. So in here, there's an extension cord, the Power Max converter, so it's a 55 amp converter. It's the smart converter charger that does the 3 different levels of voltage. And then it's hard to see in the dark, but there's the positive and negative buses and the positive to the house. This switch here is the on-off switch for almost everything in the house. You can see, turned it on. There's the current voltage reading. This is the on-off switch for the propane detector. You can see that it's flashing. I'll turn those back off. There's a soft pad here that also fits perfectly up here in this bed on top of things. So there's some special features that the previous owner had added. It's about 4 inches, 3.5 inches deep cupboards under both sides that you can only get to when you're driving. It's not to store alcohol or passports, or when you can only get to when you're parked. This then comes down and forms a bed up there. My 6-year-old slept up there. This is just bracing if you want the roof to be secure, especially in high winds. You can put that brace in place. We'll come out here and look at the extras, and then we'll call her done. Alright, so this is a Champion generator. It says 2,000 watts, but the reviews, if you read them, will talk about it really being a 1700 watt generator. On economy mode, and I have tested this, it'll run for 9 hours on a gallon of gas. And that's more than enough to charge up this guy, the economy mode. It's a great choice for this small of an RV. There's a nice welded steel gas can best one that I could find with the reviews. There's the Thetford Porta Potty. Back here is a pop-up shower tent. Down here, these two little guys right here, let me grab one of them. These are for storing small bicycles on the front. I've tried putting an adult bicycle up here and it blocks the vision too much. Then there's just a few other odds and ends and extras. Things that I added or things that came from the previous owner. So this is just a 5-gallon jerry can of water. Tire plugs, some things like that. You'll notice up here on the front, there's a latch brace. There's one more that got passed on to me. And then in this little bin we have some extra of the fabric that was used for all the curtains. This is mosquito netting. I'd planned on replacing the netting of the front two windows, or the top two windows, the front and back. This is a fiberglass patch kit. So some of the previous owners had put silicone seals on the top for places like bolt holes. One of those came loose on me, and so instead of just adding more silicone, I started patching up there. I've done a couple of patches, but this is the kit that if you wanted to do more. Fire extinguisher, spare light, and that will do it. So that's my 77 Chinook. It has served me quite well, but with a dog and 2 kids, it's not quite enough. You can see right over here, it's replacement, a little 24-foot that will serve me better. But I hope this is what you're looking for. Have a great day.